Na postingi 5 years later.
Yes.
Natoka Busia.
Ndio.
Na mi nafanya kazi ya kuchora. Natumia nyasi kuchora.
Hii yote ni nyasi.
Company that makes sportswear.
Yes.
For our athletes. So this was our first ever shoe that we made. It ended being
across the country.
Correct. A
Yes,
studio
yes,
in
yes,
Kilifi with Governor Mburia about 2 years ago.
Unveil, the Sicilian young kids arts and entertainment.
Quality and inclusivity in rally.
Yes.
We are supporting 3 all-women crews.
Pongezi sana. Yes. Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Very good. Hamza, how are you? Very good. I saw you. Okay, Mr. Patel. So where's your machine?
It's actually in the garage. Mr. President, ready? Give us thumbs up.
Okay. We're going.
Thank you.
Wow. So I'm supposed
Today, as you know, Your Excellency, you started off this ceremony by flagging off celebrations marking the 70th anniversary of rallying in Kenya. Kenya has been at rallying for 70 years, 10 years longer than our independence history. And to celebrate that, we have a series of activities which will be running until the 22nd, when the 2023 WRC Safari Rally kicks off for 3 days. And I want to acknowledge the whole WRC Safari Rally family that has come for the activation of our 70th anniversary celebration, starting with the Secretariat tunawatambua, the officers from the Secretariat, going to our youngsters who will be flying our flag. Our youngsters, tafadhali simameni. Your Excellency, we are investing in young people, and these youngsters will be flying the Kenyan flag behind the wheel. And for the first time ever, as part of celebrations to mark the 70th anniversary, government is sponsoring all-girl cruise. All-girl cruise. And I want to ask our all-girl cruise to rise, led by Pauline Shegu, so that we can acknowledge you. Our all-girl cruise. Those are all-girl cruise, and they are being supported by government through the Ministry of Youth Affairs, the Arts and Sports, Asanteni Sana. We have 20 countries represented in the WRC segment of the rally: Finland, Estonia, France, Great Britain, Belgium, Spain, Japan, Ireland, Greece, Sweden, Poland, Luxembourg, Czech Republic, Germany, Italy, Canada, Paraguay, Kenya, of course, Uganda, and Tanzania. This is going to be a very impressive gathering of the best rally drivers from across the world. And to all of them, we are telling you, Karibu Kenya, the land of Hakuna Matata. This is that land. Talanta Hela, Your Excellency, is a consolidation, a convergence of all the thinking that your administration has had right from the plan, the manifesto that brought your administration in power. When you go to that manifesto, you talk about the sports apparel's value chain, it is in the plan. When you talk about monetization of content, it is in the plan. When you talk about promoting Kenya as a destination of choice for filmmakers, it is in the plan. And so the long and short of it, Your Excellency, is that Talanta Hela has consolidated the thinking that your administration has had even before you came to power on how to deploy sports and the creatives as a key driver of our economic revival and our economic development. That's what we have done. And now, riding on the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, we have consolidated all that into a policy frame, which we are calling Talanta Hela.
Talanta Hela will pursue the enhancement of intellectual property rights, streamline royalty administration, establish fully equipped creative hubs, support for fashion and visionary, rationalize the rewards and incentive system for creatives, and support nationwide grassroots creative talent search, development, promotion, and monetization. We spend about 350 billion Kenya shillings every year in advertising. And the counties are here, the national government is here. We should spend at least 10% of that advertising to advertise through our creatives. That will give our creatives 35 billion Kenya shillings. It will hire millions of the young people, talented young people who come out of our schools, the people who come out of our colleges, the men and women who are sitting in this auditorium today. And this is money we are already spending in advertising. I saw the script by the gentleman who was singing here about the Hustler Fund. That gentleman deserves part of that money that we are using in advertising. There is absolutely no better advertising than the song I heard here today. And that's why I'm saying the 350 billion shillings we spend in advertising, 10% of it. And Waziri, I want you to work with the rest of government to make sure that that money goes to our creatives. My good friend, you persuaded me that we should take some of the 350 billion shillings and make it available to you. I am very happy that we are now working together with all the actors in the creative space, in the music space, so that royalties can go to the right beneficiaries. For a very long time, our artists, they got the short end of the stick, always. Everybody else made money except them. We must do it this time round. I have gotten up with the people who do betting, just using technology. Using technology, we can make sure that our artists get their fair share of what is due to them and that they are not exploited. So I am happy that Waziri and the industry, you've come together and we are going to see a big difference. And it's Nasio Tafadhali. I think it is something that we ought to do. Today is formally designated as the official unveiling of the platinum anniversary of the Safari Rally, Kenya's iconic contribution to the world's Rally Championship Series, and the occasion for the activation of the Sports and Creative Economy Master Plan. These two important occasions are very dear to our plan. A third critical function which we are undertaking today is the formal launch of the ongoing effort to implement the government's commitment to the critical sectors of sports and creative economy. We believe that we were elected on the basis of a compelling platform of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, which consists of promises, pledges, and commitments made across sectors, all of them, of our economy, with a view to increasing incomes as the foundation of national prosperity. We are therefore particularly mindful of our obligation to make sure that we make all possible efforts to redeem our pledges, keep our promises, and implement our commitments. Over 70 thrilling years, the Safari Rally has contributed a singular spectacle to global motorsport. Conducted over rugged terrain set against dramatic sequence of picturesque landscape, the rally takes drivers through extremely challenging courses, abounding with variety of flora and fauna in our country. As a result, the Safari Rally is among the favorites in the WRC 13 series, watched by millions of devoted spectators globally and adored by generations. It has also introduced dozens of talented Kenyans and Kenyan drivers to the world, including a number of well-known names who have just joined us today. Tundo is sitting here, Kimandi is sitting here, our good man Njiru was around. These are our Kenyan icons. The 2023 edition of the Safari Rally will, of course, continue the magnificent tradition that has turned into a distinguished fixture in the global calendar. From the number of entries so far, it is clear that this iconic event is undergoing phenomenal revival. 34 crews from 20 countries will wage fierce battle for glory in the main event, while 19 Kenyan drivers will be behind the wheel, including 3 impressive youngsters. Jeremy Wahome, where are you? That young man there. Makre Kimathi, where are you? Right there. And Hamza Anwar. Those characters there, they will be part of this show. We take Talanta Hela online through the Talanta Hela app, which will be a one-stop shop for creatives and sports people, connecting talented individuals to opportunities and resources, including access to training programs, sponsorship, mentorship, and collaborative possibilities. The essence of Talanta Hela is a bottom-up economic transformation agenda approach to the sporting and the creative economy aimed at making them sustainably support large talent by monetizing every possible opportunity, formalizing talent development, and positively affecting education, manufacturing, tourism, and medicine, among other sectors. Talanta Hela is also an inclusive bottom-up program which promotes collaboration and partnership with diverse private sector actors, county governments, and international organizations. The end point of Talanta Hela is Pesa Mfukoni. I think that is what Musalia was telling me to speak to, and I hope I have. Competitive incomes that can sustain livelihoods and reward talent, dedication, discipline, and focus. As part of that program, I know Google and Facebook are present here. I did undertake last week that we are going to finally sign off on monetization on their platforms. It's not going to be business as usual. The creative sector is not a joke. It is serious business. And it is very important because my focus in this year's Jamhuri on the 12th will be around arts and the creatives. I have a date with the people in this sector that by December this year, you now have 6 months to work with me, work with the ministry, so that we eliminate all barriers and make the creatives big business, as it is elsewhere. When we activate the Talanta Hela Sports and Creative Economy Master Plan, expect intense engagement across the country as talent finally mobilizes to blossom as an enabler of livelihoods and lifestyles on an unprecedented scale. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me officially unveil the commemoration of the 70th anniversary of the Safari Rally, and at the same time, officially launch the Sports and Creative Economy Master Plan. Tuwapigie makofi jameni.